The teacher's platform is available at this link. The platform has been designed to work on desktop but can also use the mobile devices. Google Chrome is the recommended browser. The black ribbon at the top is the main menu, from which you can access all the available functionalities. The English flag on the top right of the screen shows the game interface is displayed in English. Clicking on the flag cycles, you can select other languages: Greek, Turkish, Bulgarian, Croatian, Italian, Slovenian, and Portuguese. On the right hand of the screen, you can log in or register if you don't have an account already. The login page only contains two fields, where the users can enter their username and password. If the Remember Me tick is selected, the next time the user will access the platform, they will automatically logged in. Once both fields are filled, press the green login button to proceed. If you don't have already username and password, please make your registration. The register page asks the user for the username, a valid email address, a password, their first name, their last name, and a code. Because this is a platform designed only for the teachers, learners' accounts are not allowed to log in. The code field is here to prevent learners registering as teachers. If the right code is entered in this field, the account created is automatically given teachers' rights. Otherwise, the account won't be created at all. In order to know the special teacher code, please contact the project team. The user also has to accept the privacy policy of the platform in order to be able to register. Once all the information fields have been filled, clicking on the green Submit button proceeds to the main screen. In both login and register page, when an error occurs, for example, the user has entered a wrong password, an error message will appear at the bottom and the corresponding field will have its border turned into red to indicate visually what went wrong. Once logged in, the user can see on the bottom a success message that temporarily displayed. The courses menu displays both the courses the teacher has created and the courses the teacher has copied or subscribed to. If you have created a public course, it will not appear here, but in the Public Courses menu. Courses from other teachers are subscribed to by using the code of that specific course. The courses screen presents a box where you can enter a course code. In order to unsubscribe from a course that you haven't created, you simply have to click on this little icon. Some courses do display this icon, and some others do not, marking if the course has been created by the user or by another teacher. To help teachers categorize courses visually, the platform provides a tag system that gives the ability to the teachers to make some words appear as badges on the courses list. Yellow badges represent the tags defined at the level of the entire course of the lobby. The blue ones are the tags that appear on each of the course's challenges. The ability to copy or to clone a course is provided accessed by clicking this icon. When this button is used, the entire contents of the copied course, with the exception of all the enrolled students' answers, are now at your disposal, as if it was one of your own courses. A pop-up will appear asking you to fill in a new name, description, and code for the course. Remember that the course codes are supposed to be unique. The teacher platform also presents a repository of courses created by other fellow teachers and platform users that intended their creation to be publicly available to all the users. Courses can be filtered by language, associated tags, or name. In order to reuse a public course in your own classroom, simply copy-clone by clicking on this icon, and it will appear in your list of own courses. By clicking on a course, the teacher can access the collection of the challenges inside the course. On the left of the page, there is a list which contains the current enrolled members of the course. Pressing the button will take you to the settings of the course. The layout of the page is exactly the same with the course creation page, but it is pre-filled with the details of the current course. Those can only be modified by the creator. On the side menu, useful details about the course can be seen. Here, the creator's name is mentioned. Below, the password of the course appears. And finally, the members of the course can be seen in a list. Here, challenges are organized in boxes, containing the following information from top to bottom: the name of the challenge, a description underneath, the minigame of this challenge at the bottom. The arrow is used as a visual clue to indicate the order of the challenges. The teachers can change this order by simply dragging the challenge boxes and dropping them in the position they want. Pressing the cog on the top corner opens the challenge settings page. This page, like course settings, is similar to the challenge creation page. When inside the courses menu, pressing the button will lead you to a new screen that allows you to create a new course. The information required are name, code, description, learning objectives and expected learning outcomes, tags, public course. By checking the public course checkbox, the created course will be public. Public courses will be visible by all teachers and will not register the answers from the users. Select the language of the course by clicking on the flag box and selecting the one corresponding to your course language. 8 language flags are available: English, Greek, Turkish, Bulgarian, Croatian, Italian, Slovenian, and Portuguese. There are 3 tabs, each containing a different window: Instructions, Snap Template, and Brainstorm Canvas. At the bottom of the screen, you can find the Save button that creates the new course and the Discard that cancels the creation and takes you back to the courses page. In the Instructions tab, the teacher can fill some information for the students about the content of the course. It should typically contain a global presentation of the situation and the issue at hand and should introduce the following screen: the canvas of Snap code that the students will need to use to solve the problem. The Instructions tab contains a rich text editor allowing teachers to make the instructions more visual pleasing. It also allows the use of embedded videos and images. The icons and the functionality of the editor are similar to the ones found in the most common text editors. Final instructions that will be displayed when the students have followed all the course's challenges. This template presents the problem to be solved, both at the very beginning of the course and in the end of it, when the students have learned all the knowledge they need. It should present the problem in a certain context. The students will need to write a code to move a sprite representing a chameleon around the screen and dynamically change its physical appearance based on the background. The Snap template only shows the background and the related asset, with no line of code already written. The very first time the students see it, the students can begin trying to solve the issue. The second time the students are presented this template, after they have completed all the course's challenges, they should now be able to fully complete the task. Snap offers the possibility to import files. Those files can be entire solutions or simply assets such as graphics or sounds. In order to import something in Snap, you need to click on this icon in the Snap menu bar. Then select Open and click on the computer icon. This will open the usual window to select a file. Click on the file you want and then open to import it inside the Snap canvas. Files containing a full code and asset Snap solution are usually in the XML format. Sounds are usually in MP3, WAV format, and images in PNG or JPG format. This might vary a lot, especially between operating systems. Be careful. There is currently a 3 MB size limit for any uploaded file. If you receive an error message while or after uploading a file, it might very well be linked to this limit. Try to upload as small as possible files. The brainstorm canvas is the place where all the students in the course can communicate and share ideas about how to solve the problem that has been presented to them. Pressing this button allows you to create a new post-it. By default, the default post-it note is only text, with the message "Edit me" and "Double-click me" displayed. To change the text of the note, the user has to double-click on the post-it. To destroy the post-it, the user has to click on the trash can icon on the bottom left. But in order to confirm deletion, the button has to stay pressed for a certain amount of time before the note is deleted. Once the blue bar on top of the screen is full, the post is deleted. This mechanism has been introduced to avoid any possible accidental deletion. When clicking on the text editing button, new icons appear on the bottom of the text. This one is for adding a photo, and this one is for adding a video. By clicking on the floppy disk icon, the user saves all modifications done. Clicking on the color disk at the bottom will change accordingly the post-it color. All the changes done to a post-it are immediately shown to all the other members of the team if they are consulting the brainstorm canvas at the same time. Students can upload images or videos. YouTube, Vimeo, and Dailymotion are supported. At the bottom right of the post-it, we can see a padlock icon. It is open when the post-it is editable, or locked when the post-it cannot be edited. Only teachers have the possibility of locking and unlocking post-its. Students can only know if a post is locked or not without being able to act on it. Grabbing the little triangle symbol at the bottom right of a post-it allows to resize the post-it to the desired size. This is especially useful if the post-it contains a huge photo or long text, as otherwise the content will just overflow the post-it. Once a course has been created, click on it to access its detailed presentation. The buttons accessible to the owner are the following: the challenge creation page, the answers for each challenge by each user, the answers of the course challenge by each user, the brainstorm canvas. The challenge creation page, which is accessible by clicking on the cog, is similar to the course creation page, especially in the upper part of the page. Each challenge needs to have a name specified and a short description. The teacher can also choose to attach a mini-game to the challenge using the drop-down menu. The menu items with the black background indicate the category of the items below. The categories are related with programming topics. Attaching a minigame to a challenge is optional. The user can decide to attach no minigame at all if needed. Selecting the All category allows the user to select any minigame available. There are a total of 11 minigames available for the moment, corresponding to the basic principle of coding in Snap, plus the multiple choice question one. When a concept and associated minigames have been chosen to be in a challenge, for example sounds, the teacher will have to define the corresponding parameters. If the minigame requires questions to be asked and answers to be found, the teacher will need to supply them. In the minigame of multiple questions, clicking the plus adds one question and it can be removed by pressing to the minus. Also, where image upload is allowed, you can either provide your own URL or upload a picture using a Choose File button. For all minigames, when there are both the timer and score inputs, they need to be defined to a value because the minigame will end if the player reaches the score or the timer end. At the bottom of the page, we can see the list of activities divided into the instructions, Snap activity, Snap solution steps. There are 5 named columns in that section. The first one represents the number of the level. The second, instructions, allows you to edit the instructions for the activity. The third one, Snap template, allows you to edit the template you want to prefill for your users. The fourth one, Snap solution, allows you to present to the students a solution for that activity. Both 2 columns use Snap. Finally, the 5th column, Show solution in game, is a toggle that will make the Snap solution to appear after students submit their work. Keep in mind that if the toggle is enabled and the Snap solution is empty, an empty Snap will appear. Remember, you need to have at least one activity per challenge. Also, you can create one clicking on the plus icon. You can also delete one, but not if you have exactly one, by clicking on the minus icon. All the Snap answers the students have submitted in each challenge can be found here, displayed in a table. The table contains each user and its details for every challenge that exists in the course, and the rows can be sorted either by username, first name, last name, challenge name, or solved challenges level. When there isn't a submitted solution, the solution link column will be empty. Otherwise, the row will be highlighted and the word solution will appear on the last column, and clicking on it, it will show the submission of the user. The course answers page contains a similar table without the challenge name column. Again, rows containing users who have submitted an answer will be highlighted.